To UPSC Electoral Bonds. A recent Supreme Court judgment gave a unanimous verdict to sitting electoral bond scheme as unconstitutional. Supreme Court held that anonymous electoral bonds are violative of the right to information and Article 19(1)(a). The bench has directed issuing bank SBI to stop the issue electoral bonds. SBI also need to submit details of the electoral bonds purchased to Election Commission of India. Through the electoral bond schemes, the individual and organization can make anonymous financial contribution to a political parties by buying electoral bonds from the SBI. Impact of Supreme Court judgment: transparency. Supreme Court held that voters' right is breached by anonymity clause, that information on political parties is essential, the poll bonds are violative of fundamental rights, and infringement of the RTI is not justified for the curbing black money. Accountability. The opacity surrounding electoral bond also raises a question about the accountability in the financing. Without knowing the identity of donors, it becomes challenging to hold political parties accountable for their source of the funding. This lack of accountability undermines the democratic process and weakens the public trust in the political institution. Impact on cooperation and policies. The electoral bond scheme favors the ruling government of the time, as a guarantee of anonymity would allow the government to provide concession in the form of license, lease, policy change, and government contracts. The judgment would also impact companies that use a funnel money to political parties without any oversight from shareholder. Decision aligned with RTI Act. Freedom of speech and expression. Supreme Court weighed in favor of the RTI Act and upheld Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution as against the informational privacy in the electoral bond case. The court noted that transparency in political finance is crucial for a voter to make informed decision. Structural issue. The judgment, however, does not address the structural issue in the functioning of the RTI, like a vacancy in the Information Commission, mounting pendency, delay hearing of the second appeals, perceptible opacity, the casual approach of the officer in dealing with the RTI queries. The complaints mechanism. The decision offer hardly any hope of clearing backlogs. Complaints with the commission orders saw delay in some cases, while probing the queries on the corruption lead to the murder of many RTI activities. A recent judgment in the status and tenure of Information Commissioner has also affected the functioning of the RTI Act. Conclusion. The government could frame the committee under the Ministry of the Personnel, comprising Information Commissioner officials and even civil society members, to examine the issue and take appropriate measures to overhaul the RTI Act. The recent judgment of the Supreme Court can act as a catalyst in the strengthening the RTI Act and restoring it to its past glory. Thank you. Bye.